And good evening, everybody, and welcome to Fowl Territory. Is it 324? Is that right? I think so. It is Monday, August 25th. So, right off the bat, looky here. Let me see. I gotta go over here. Hold on a minute. I'm having trouble with my chat. There we go. We have a $10 super chat from J Delta 22NC. Thank you very much for that. Appreciate it. All right. So anyway, let's see who is out there in the chat. So we got Bama Dad. Thought I would jump on and say good evening. I'll be here for the show, but he's got something cooking for dinner. All right. Dale Pogue is out there. Also, Alaska One Andy is out there. Rich White out there and in here. And we have Sloppy Seconds. Might be Boomstick. You just never know. Got Hillbilly Up out there and in here. Scott Naring is out there. TJ Fishing all the way from the land down under. We got Dale Pogue. I think I may have already said J Delta, of course. Mentioned him. Gun Website says this is the most important hour of the internet all week. Glad I got here in time for the whole thing. Ozzy Osbourne is out there barking at the moon. And still scrolling. We have Vulcan Rumble is out there. Also 223 DMR. And we have Mr. Bob Dabalina out there. And scrolling, see if I see anybody else. There's an awful lot of chats out there. We got Plain Nut 767 out there. Ron 2A Matters is in the audience. And whoops, get back here. It moved on me. Whoops, clicked on the wrong one. Fluffy 10mm Jeep guy is out there. All right. So as you can see out there in the chat, the giveaway has started. The code is !FT324. You can enter on YouTube and Twitch for anybody's viewing out there on the great Twitch platform. We're also on Facebook and X. We are on 4 different platforms. We are everywhere, folks. Practically everywhere. But I couldn't do this without my stellar panel. So let's take a look and see who we got on the panel here. Our first panelist here, he comes to us. He's been gone a week or two. So anyway, freshly renewed and ready to go. He comes to us from the valleys of West Virginia. He's the host of This Week Unloaded on the Unloaded Media Channel, occasionally, when he has a show anyway. Let's welcome Rich White.
Yo. Yeah. When you got minor eye surgery and you're having a splitting headache, it kind of makes doing a show on Sunday nights hard to do.
I know guys who can't see at all that do shows.
Well, they don't get a splitting headache from it either.
All right. So glad to have you here. Next, my neighbor to the east and to the south in the Show Me State. He is a host of Guns, Beer, and Therapy Saturday night show on the Hillbilly Up channel. Let's welcome Hillbilly Up.
Hey, fellers. How's everybody doing this evening?
Man, it don't get any better than this, I tell you. I think I saw some new people out there in the chat. I see the Gun Snob is out there. Also, Alex Parlin is in the audience. Denny's Plant-Based Journey is out there. Wow. right. So Ozzy says, glad to see his cooter's feeling better. I wonder what he means by that. I don't have any idea. Certainly don't know. We got a lot of people out there. We got a giveaway going on. Yeah, it's a big deal. So, how are you gentlemen doing?
We ain't got all night to go through all that.
No. Now, G-Webs has a question we can ponder here on the panel. He wants to know, what is the best state for onion rings? We got some pretty good ones right here. I don't know. I haven't been to too many states and sampled their onion rings.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing the states were known
Or
for.
do they differ from one state to the other? I guess it's a question.
I don't know. I mean, the bar I used to work at in Pittsburgh made some pretty damn good beer batter onion rings, but
Defense Dad is out there. He says, evening, everybody. We have some opinion. Let's see. Mr. Bob says, the best state for onion rings is fully cooked.
this is true.
That is very true. Don't want a half-done onion rings.
Mhm.
No, I like them crispy.
Yeah, if the batter's dripping off of them, then that's not good.
PlaneNet767 says, no such thing. You have to go restaurant by restaurant. That's what I've learned. There we go. All right. So, and we've got somebody out here, the name of Cabe, K-A-B-E. I guess it's Cabe. How's the Taurus PT-738? I wonder who he's talking to. I mean, I have one, but I haven't shot it in years. So, Artak and Daughters is in the audience. Mike is out there also. Denny says, we have a place called Clear Springs, and they make a Texas portion that is massive. It's often my Friday night appetizer before eating catfish. Oh, you're making me hungry now. That sounds good. Now, Mr. Bob, he says, Georgia is good for onion rings. They're the source of Vidalia onions. Do they make better? Those onions make better onion rings? I'd be willing to try. I'd love to try.
Vidalia onion, yeah, that's the best for onion rings.
Okay. Well, maybe I need to go to Georgia just to try their onion rings. Or can you have them shipped here? That'd be good.
Yeah, you can probably buy them at your local grocery store.
Okay.
Vidalia onions and make your own.
Well, there you go. Let's see. Dale Pogue says Oklahoma H&H gun range has great onion rings. They have onion rings at the gun range? Wow. Denny said, yes, they are sweet.
Mm-hmm.
I have to try this now. Sounds good.
Yeah. Vidalia onions, a sweet onion is good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you're gonna have onion rings right, it's got to be made with those.
We got somebody out in the chat by the name of Sandra Vagina. Wow. It says onions. Wonder what's up with that one. Defense Dad says Red Robin has delicious onion rings.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, their onion rings are pretty good.
Sonic has pretty decent onion rings, actually.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I used to like getting their onion rings when we had a Sonic around here.
Mr. Bob says, I make onion rings from Vidalia onions and thin, tarted up pancake batter. Pepper, paprika, a little garlic, and salt.
Have you been to Sonic since they switched their French fries?
I don't eat their French fries. I always get the onion rings. I've heard about their fries. I heard they weren't good.
Well, they were fine before for years and years, and they switched this. It's supposed to be like a crinkle cut, but man, they're just like soggy and greasy. I mean, they really, really messed up on that, man.
Yeah, tots are always a better bet anyway. I agree with G-Webs. It's kind of hard to screw up a tater tot.
I love their cheese
No,
fries,
it's not.
their chili cheese fries, but man, we've got it a few times with these new fries, and they're and I like a crinkle cut. Don't get me wrong, but theirs is not good.
Fluffy said, I had onion rings on a club sandwich for dinner tonight. That sounds pretty good.
Nice.
I had pancakes and bacon for dinner tonight.
G-Web says, I went to IHOP this morning. They have really upped their game recently. And Plain Nut says, so far my favorite lately is from a microbrewer in my town. Crunchy, and the onion doesn't pull all the way out when you bite it. Yeah, I hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Bite in the onion ring, you get the whole onion come out. Yeah, hate that. Defense Dad says Burger King onion rings are trash. We don't have any Burger Kings around here.
Yeah, Burger King onion rings aren't really an onion ring. They're more like a circular ring-shaped hush puppy with onion pieces in it.
Yeah, sounds yummy. Denny's Plant-Based Journey says, I had spaghetti tonight. Denny says, yeah, what Rich said. Sloppy Seconds says, Steak and Shake went back to using tallow instead of vegetable oil for their fries and onion rings.
Yes, and we were just ate at the one in Morgantown, West Virginia when I was at the eye doctor the last time. And yeah, they're pretty darn good.
Gun Snob says, I'm about to have some canes for dinner.
What's funny about Steak and Shake is on X, since the whole deal with Cracker Barrel where they're changing their logo and everything, Steak and Shake has been going after them on X like crazy, and it's hilarious.
Sandra Vagina says, I punched a guy in the mouth once because he undercooked my onion rings and the onion pulled out. Yeah, that could upset somebody. Ron 2A Matters. 19 months of membership. Thank you. Thank you very much. Scott Nary says, we're having chicken Alfredo tonight. Sounds good. Jacob S. is out there, and he celebrates 11 months of membership. So thank you both very much. 223 DMR says, vegetable oil and seed oils are bad for you. G-Web says, sugar canes, the panda diet. I don't think it's that kind of stuff. Sandra says, Cracker Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
And Scott Naring says, I want to try Steak and Shake. Yeah, well, there used to be one in Topeka.
Yeah. I got the Frisco burger. It's pretty good. And they sell the beef tallow that they cook their fries in too. They sell jars of it at the restaurant and online.
Defense Dad says, I made glazed salmon with rice and Parmesan crusted zucchini spears tonight. That sounds fancy schmancy. TJ Fishing says, it's breakfast over here and I hear fruit is very healthy, so I put a slice of lemon in my vodka. There you go. Now you're thinking. Let's see. I see somebody's made their way over to Twitch and entered the giveaway.
Probably Jacob.
There you go. I was going to give you a guess. It's like, you beat me to it. Yes, if you have a Twitch account, you can get a second entry into the giveaway. It's legal. He could be watching on 2 different devices. You never know. Well, Sandra even entered the giveaway. This is going to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, new question, says G-Webs. Did anyone watch or gonna watch the new Fantastic Four movie?
No. And no. Heard it's not very good.
Jacob says, we had chicken parmesan last night and had some for leftovers tonight. Sandra says, Sandra says, I twitch when I do home electrical work. Yeah, if you're not well grounded, that can happen. We have Calamity Jean out there. Good evening. So, Scott Naring says, trying to figure out what place I want to try first when I get to San Antonio. Well, you got a lot of options, man. It's a big city. G-Web says it's very cool, filmed like a 1950s comic. Defense Dad says tomorrow night it's $1 million spaghetti. It only costs like $11.50 though, so it's kind of false advertising. Either that or it's on a hellacious sale.
It's a hell of a sale.
That's definitely when you want to buy it. You don't want to wait till it goes off sale. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Million's a little high for spaghetti. I don't care if it does have gold in it. Anyway, I got distracted a little bit by a text. My apologies. I hear a cat.
Yeah, so do I. He's about to get his ass whooped.
So, just a reminder, if you are a channel member, I did put a link to the panel out there in my community tab for members only. So, somebody's coming in here. Looky here. We have Guns and Barbecue.
Hola.
What's up?
I just woke up from falling asleep for a nap, apparently.
Oh.
Yep, nothing too exciting.
Well, Rich is here. That's exciting.
What?
Woohoo!
Yeah.
I thought he had tenderness down here and getting pegged.
I don't know anything about that.
No.
Huh. Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that none of that stuff is true.
No, none of that's true. You can quit with the rumors now. I know damn well you're the one starting them.
I didn't start any rumors, although we're going to do another bracket on Thursday that's called Where the Hell Was Richway?
Ozzy said, there goes the show. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Wow.
Didn't take too long at all.
G-Web says, tell Rich I have not yet received that puppy. When is he sending it?
I done told you, man. Amy says you can't have it.
Sloppy Second says, I heard in the new Fantastic Four movie, Whoopi Goldberg is playing the Thing. Wow. That'd be a reason enough not to go right there. Defense Dad says, it's awesome here tonight. First time in a long time I could shut the AC off and open up all the windows. Yeah, we had a high of 73 today, and right now it's 65 outside. That's downright cool. Maybe fall is here already. Doubt it, but so anyway.
Yeah, they said G-Webs can't have the puppy. Amy already put her foot down about that. But if he wants a cat, I got plenty of those I could send him.
Yeah, but how many cats does it take to replace a dog? I mean, is it like 2 cats per dog or 3 or?
I have no idea.
All of them.
Let's see. Sandy says, no, she's playing the Predator in the new movie. All they had to do was not let her wear makeup. Yeah, that's probably true.
Mm-hmm.
Denny said, we were in the mid-90s and it's down to 89 right now. I can't wait until 80 is a high. Sounds pretty good.
I don't know what the temperature was here today. I haven't looked.
It's too bad you don't have one of them computer things that could tell you what.
I have one of them phone things I can tell you too.
Yeah.
We were in the upper 70s today. Whoa.
Uh-oh. I think we just lost Hillbilly. Hope he didn't eat...
Uh-oh.
I hope he didn't eat tuna again.
Yeah. It says we're 62 right now. Whoa.
So Ozzy started a new holster this morning for a SIG P365. It will probably go up for adoption.
Oh.
And Hillbilly is back.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on. It's like freezing up and stuff. I don't know. Something about
Rich had that happen earlier in the pre-chat, and he had to get out and come back in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when he first come on, I could hear him, but he couldn't hear me.
Ran a speed test on my phone. It's way down for some reason.
Hmm.
I don't know if
Bad weather in your area, or?
Well, no, not bad at all. I don't know what's going on.
G-Web says, I hear they have the internet on computers now.
Mm-hmm.
So Scott says, hey, Hillbilly, did that boot hurt? Oh, I know what he's talking about. See, Denny says, we're supposed to get rain 4 days in a row over the holiday weekend with temps about 80. I hope it's true. I don't think I've ever seen 4 days in a row of rain in West Texas.
Now, we had a storm come through here last night trying to sleep, splitting headache, and this storm just sounded like somebody was firing off artillery. It was loud. Didn't do very good for my head, I'll tell you that much.
So Defense Dad wants to know, anyone else ever wonder if the guy who wrote the song Tainted Love had a girlfriend with a face-sitting fetish at one point? I never have wondered that, no.
No, I can't say that thought's ever crossed my mind.
But I'm saying if he wrote a song called Tainted Love, maybe he knew who Courtney was. I don't know. She's tainted a little bit.
No, that was in the 80s, so I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, she was tainted in the 80s, wasn't she?
I just thought she was killer.
She is killer, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm. But she's not a queen.
I don't get that one.
Killer queen? Queen?
Oh. Sorry, it went right over my head.
Guaranteed to blow your mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Let's see. G-Web says, some of the cheapest gas on my trip was in West Texas. Then he said, I switched from our local cable network to AT&T Fiber, and it is 2.5 gig. So fast. Normally, I deal with buffering, but not anymore. Awesome. Awesome. It's always good to have good news. Speaking of news, anything in the news, guys? Anything good, bad, indifferent in the news? Anybody watch the news? Anybody know what the news is?
I have been too busy for the news, unfortunately.
Anybody ever hear of Huey Lewis in the news?
Oh, yeah. They had an album called Sports. It's a pretty good album.
It did. So let's see. Hold on. Denny says NFL football starts next week.
Yeah.
That's what they tell me.
Scott Naring says John Crump and Braden Langley just broke the Thief Air Force is reissuing the SIG M18. SIG M18, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay. He may be doing text to, or speech to text. Yeah. Denny says Sports was a great album, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Vulcan Rumble says G-Webs is correct. They finally shot the horse that pulled the internet at Henry Ford's request. Yeah, Scott did say Sig. Okay. Ozzy says there's good rocking tonight. Sloppy Second says, do you think Jerry Lee Lewis had blue balls when he wrote the song Great Balls of Fire?
No, I think he probably had gonorrhea. That or just a really bad case of jock itch.
You gotta watch those itches, yeah. That's what I hear anyway.
Rich.
I think he's asleep.
I think so. No, I just chose to ignore you.
That he's killing a cat, I think.
He might be. If you would just donate one of those to the Chinese restaurant next door each month, you could have Chinese food for life.
I know, right? Okay, so we got a lot of people in. See how many people we got in here to give away. 19 so far.
Wow.
There's still time.
Holy cow.
There is still time. Mr. Bub says, I heard JLL wrote that song after the bass player put Ben Gay in JLL's jumpsuit. Wow. George Cortez is out there. Bye, George.
A long time ago when I played football, we were in the locker room while specialties were out, doing whatever they do before the game to warm up, because linemen just get to chill out and bullshit in the locker room during that time. And one of the wide receivers comes in the locker room. We're like, "You all right?" He's walking funny. He's like, "I went to catch a punt and it went through my hands, hit me right in the junk." We're like, "Oh," and so we're thinking he's just gonna go over to his locker, take a breather. And he goes over to his locker, and we see he grabs a tube of Icy Hot, and I mean he dispenses a healthy amount into his hand. And in one collective sigh of no, we all just make that no, like he's not going to do this. And we watch him pull out the front of his pants and girdle, and sure enough, his hand goes straight down. And we're like, oh my god! Again, all in
So he revenged and nerded himself.
Oh, it was so good. Because at first he's like, oh, nice and cool. And he took about 3, maybe 4 steps, and he just hit the friggin' floor. It was so incredible.
So I want to say hello to Abigail Finnegan is out there. So R4 Mississippi Thunder also out in the chat. Bama Dad says he could have put that fire out bobbing for a girlfriend. Wow. Fluffy says, I just got a SIG 320 full size and 45A ARP the other day, and it hasn't got me yet. That's good. I think you got to put it in a holster first.
Mm-hmm.
Scott Nary says, we had a guy during pepper spray training touch the nozzle of his pepper spray and then touch his eye. Ouch. It's always a bad idea.
Mm-hmm.
Bad idea, but it's always so fun to see, because all of a sudden they start pushing and jerking around like, what's going on? And a lot of times they don't want to admit it, but you know what happened.
So, anyway, before we forget, I say, I want to remind everybody that Gear Websites is your source for every Second Matters gun channels, gear, MOID, and more. They have patches, stickers, and other items. And every Friday is Free Patch Friday. So buy cool stuff at gearwebsites.com.
GearWebsites.com is your source for firearms-based playing cards and books. We also have mugs, shirts, and posters with designs that we've made live. Of course, we have patches. Every Friday is Free Patch Friday. We appreciate your support. Thank you for shopping at GearWebsites.com.
All right, so I put that website out in the chat so you won't forget. Because it's always important to remember not to forget.
Never know.
Sometimes you got to write yourself a note to not forget things. Just
Mhm.
put that on the note. Don't forget.
Smoke outside.
Read other note. Gizzard Gary says, I sent you a pic of my new EDC for the Gorn segment. Thank you. And somebody's saying hi to Streamlabs out there. That's a bot you're saying hi to, by the way. But it's right nice of you to say hello to my bot. But George Cortez says, when I took my mace class, one thing they told us, don't panic. 2 guys did make me laugh when they were rinsing their eyes, crying out, LOL. Danny says I had horrible allergies and fight to keep my sinuses open, but gas and pepper spray day was one of the only times I've had the sinus cavities open and empty with snot to my shield.
In a few days, or and holler at you.
So, anyway, let's see. We've got 24 people entering the giveaway. There's still plenty of time for that. So, anyway, what else is going on, guys? Anything? Come on. Liven up. Rich, you've been gone a while. Surely you know something new we don't know.
I haven't been paying attention to shit. So I don't know. Other than the Cracker Barrel thing, which has been everywhere. I really been paying attention.
We could touch on that a little bit. Scott Naring says one of the meanest things we would do when I was in the Army, we would pop a CS canister, throw it on the ground, then pop a smoke and put it right next to it. So I thought it was smoke. That's mean. Let's see. So Vulcan Rumble talking to Fluffy says, so the P320 does come in a full size. Huh? Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It do. Okay, Cracker Barrel. Somebody mentioned Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
That's been in the news lately, and I knew this was coming. It's been coming for a while, but they're starting to actually roll it out physically to a few of the stores. Not many, I understand. Most of them still have not been touched. But we're talking. I'm sorry?
Should I have clearly missed something?
They have some new. They have redone the signage. Basically, the new sign is basically without the barrel and the old man in the chair. It's just a Cracker Barrel wordage. And kind of in the shape of the sign is more or less barrel shaped, kind of about the shape of a Denny's sign that's got rounded corners. If you can imagine that.
Cracker Barrel is copying off of Denny's.
And they are redecorating the inside of the stores, getting rid of a lot of the knickknacks and redoing everything in white rather than the wood panel.
Yep. And you're not going to have that nice, soft, dark lighting that it used to have. It's going to be more of a harsh white light. And really, really stupid. But
social media is going crazy over this, folks.
Why are they doing all this?
Why are they doing this? Because they have a new CEO who basically is trying, because they're losing market share, and she thinks they need to modernize and get with the times, that their core audience isn't there anymore. So, but a lot of people are up in arms over it. I think maybe we're fighting over something kind of silly here as far as Cracker Barrel signage and stuff like that.
I don't know how. Oh, good.
I was gonna say, I know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go to my local Cracker Barrel here within the next week or two and talk to the store manager and be like, hey, whenever they come to redo your sign, can you have them not destroy it and call me? Because, you know, give it a little bit of time. Those signs that they have on the building will be worth a little bit of coin to collectors.
Let's see. Hillbilly got froze and had to leave. Let's see. 223 DMR said they bring these woke CEOs and to run a company into the ground once they do move on to the next.
Yeah. Well, they've lost over $100 million in value over the weekend. So,
George Cortez says best part of going to Cracker Barrel is walking out of the restaurant with $20 worth of snacks. That's maybe. Denny says the one that's here is horrible. They aren't busy like they are in other places. Their service is horrible.
yeah, that's the problem. That's what they should be fixing. Is their service and the food quality, because that's been a problem for like a year now. The local one around here up in LaBelle, Maryland is terrible. It used to be really good, but over the last year or so, service has gone to hell and the food quality has not been there.
Well, one of the last times I was at a Cracker Barrel, I don't go to them very often. But one of the last time I was at one, whatever I ordered came with the potatoes that they cook up, whatever the hell they call them. And I was like, could I substitute something else for those? Like, no, we don't do that. I was like, I'm not gonna eat them. I don't want to be charged for them. She's like, well, blah blah blah. I was like, all right, well, either way, I'm not gonna eat them. So if you're not gonna haunt me for them either, I'm not gonna eat them. So if you don't bring them out. Like it's fine. She's like, no, we still got to bring them out. And I was just like, what? Like, how bad do you guys want me to have these dang stupid little friggin' thing of I said potatoes, didn't I? I meant apples. I'm just not a big fan of cooked fruit. And I was like, this is the most absurd thing that I've ever heard. Like, one, you can't substitute for it. Two, like, hey, we won't, call for that on your bill or anything like that, which fine, whatever. That's not anything abnormal anywhere. But three, like, fine, charge me for it, but I don't want it brought out with my stuff. Like, you can mark it right there on the bill. Like, customer said, do not put this on his stuff. He's not going to eat it. Doesn't want it wasted. And they're like, nope, we still have to send it out to you.
We should just told him, if you bring them out, I'm going to throw them at you. If you turn your back to me, you're going to be wearing them.
Should have told them that I'm allergic to apples and see what they said. But I was just so dumbfounded at that point.
Yeah, because usually you got to pick your sides.
Yeah. So. But with this, I didn't have that option. Or I had one option, but then like the apples just came with it, or I don't know. Either way, apparently I stuck with the apples.
So Scott Naring says they are so loud here that I can't hardly hear myself think, and I actually have to take my hearing aids out because it's too loud. Calamity Jean says the quality of the food just isn't the same anymore anyway. This gives me an even bigger reason to just cook at home.
Well, that's also partly because of what large-scale kitchens have become like that, where it's not like they're making a whole lot of stuff fresh. Like the cheesy hash brown casserole. does anybody really think that they're just whipping that up in batches in that kitchen every day? No, they're getting it friggin' shipped in on their truck in pre-frozen amounts, and whenever they need a new one, they just throw it in the microwave and, well, first they oven it, but then whenever it's time to serve you up some, they toss it in the microwave to warm it up real quick, and here's your serving.
Newsflash: most all restaurants do that anymore.
Well, yeah. Well, that's why I said your big restaurants. I mean, because when you go to a restaurant that is smaller and they're actually taking the time to cook everything, and like, you can really tell, but you don't find them too often, it seems.
So Denny says, personally, I don't care what's on the sign or what the paint looks like on the inside. Get the food up in quality and have enough servers to take care of your guests. If you do that, you'll be busy. In the long run, it's absolutely true. Let's see. Bama Dad says, outside of breakfast, I won't go in the place. That's what I always went there for anyway. Scott says, why would you want to go to a big chain diner when you go to a local diner and get better food and more food? In most cases, that's true. We don't happen to have a local diner
No, we don't
near
either.
here. Of course, you don't have a Cracker Barrel near here either. So 60 miles away for the nearest one. And I'm not driving 60 minutes. 60 hours. Did I say 60 hours? Surely, God, it's not that.
You did. You did.
Yeah.
That's a
Driving-
long
Jerry's
drive.
driving
man.
all the way to California to go to
That's a
Cracker Barrel.
long drive. I get to California
Long,
before
long
60
highway.
hours, I'm pretty sure. Denny says, Guns of Barbecue, I thought you meant apples. Okay.
I appreciate it, Denny.
Bama Dad said hash brown casserole. Denny says we have an old school cafe here that is locally owned. If I want breakfast, that's where I go. Great food, great service, and great prices.
By the way, the recipe for the hash brown casserole or Cracker Barrel is easily found on actually just YouTube.
Now, Denny says, I think in response to our comment about the food being pre-prepared, he says, correct, and the biscuits are frozen. Most of the food comes in from a central commissary where it is prepped and packaged. Then it is shipped out to the restaurants to reheat and serve.
Yes,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Most people don't have the patience to wait for food to be cooked anymore. If their food isn't
No.
on the table in 10, 15 minutes, they're going to leave. Unfortunately, if you really cook food, it takes longer than that sometimes. So It's like a baked potato. I mean, you go to a restaurant for a baked potato, you know how long it takes to bake a potato in an oven. Most of the time, they've already got several already cooked and in foil somewhere.
Mhm.
Well, I mean, and like something like that, that's honestly not hard to do fresh or anything, because like you can anticipate numbers and how, hey, it's Friday night. We normally sell this many baked potatoes, so we're gonna need to be having this many pumped out each hour, just to have ready to go. But I mean, because there's been plenty of times where I've gotten baked potatoes and I'm like, this isn't friggin' done.
Two Live Moo is out there, looks like.
Mhm.
Denny says the restaurant wants it that way too. Consistent, fast, turn the tables quicker to make more money. Yeah, I never thought about that. You serve the food quicker, you get the people out of there quicker. Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Mike McClune says private equity firm is tanking Cracker Barrel on purpose. Yeah, private equity firm by the name of BlackRock owns a large share of Cracker Barrel.
It's the first I've heard of this.
You never heard of BlackRock?
I know who BlackRock is, but I'd never heard it associated to Cracker Barrel.
Weren't they involved with something with Trump last June
Oh,
or August or something like that?
no, BlackRock's a big Democrat thing.
Yeah, like I
Where,
said.
yeah.
You're not picking up on what I was talking about in Butler, PA?
Mm-hmm.
So Denny says, the Denny's here is where the homeless, druggies, and drunks go late night. Mike McClune said, I'd rather support local whenever I can instead of major change. Yeah, if I got that option, I sure will. 223 DMR says, put a bowl of water in your microwave every day for a week and water your plants and see what happens to your plants. Well, you better let it cool down first. For sure. Sandra Vagina says, no restaurant is making baked potatoes to order. Almost makes you wonder if that's somebody that knows something about restaurants, doesn't it?
I mean, what are you calling the order? I mean, most places that I know, it's a baked potato.
In other words, taking a baked potato and they're starting with a raw potato as soon as you order it. No, that's not happening. More than likely.
I'd like to know how in the world they're doing it then, because a lot of the times, I'm getting a potato where foil is very well adhered to the outside of that potato, and just touching that foil is risky. I'm not saying that they're necessarily throwing it in the oven. They could have a steamer or something, something just to.
There's got to be a secret.
Have it hot, but there's something that they're doing to cook those on site.
As long as a potato is good, ideally the skin is a little crunchy. I like it that way because I eat skin and all. I'm not one of these weird people that scoops all the potato out. I want to eat the skin too. So,
well, I'll scoop the potato out, but then I'll add like usually what's it? A little bit of shredded cheese, or go get myself a little bit of hot sauce or something like that. Add that back into the skin and fold the skin up like a burrito and finish it.
Bama Dad said their biscuits can't make up their mind whether they're biscuits or rolls. Not a fan. Scott Naring says, I've been told there's a local chain in San Antonio called Tommy's, and that's the place to go.
I don't know if I want to go to Tommy's.
Justin Grimm is out there. He says, hey, everyone. And let's see. Sloppy Second says, all right, guys, which fast food restaurant has the best biscuits?
Bojangles biscuits are pretty good.
Popeyes are pretty damn good. Mike McClune says most restaurants only make so many baked potatoes, and when they sell out, that's it.
Also, we have started a baked potato war. Check this out.
See, Abigail says, still rather go to Waffle House, go for the waffles, stay for the MMA fights. That's also true. Denny says they're making a batch of potatoes for an hour in the oven. They put them in based on stats. Wow, statistics.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Used to like Hardee's biscuits. 223
Hardee's got some good biscuits.
223 DMR says, well, just say I don't microwave my food anymore. Okay. Sandra Vagina says, potatoes are probably roasted ahead of time and held in a warmer. No big deal. Let's see. Calamity Jean says, we wash and roll out baked taters in kosher salt before they go into the oven. Yeah, that's the way to do it.
Yep.
That'd be good.
Oh, the
little bit of salt on the outside of that skin. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I actually saw this thing. Apparently they're called Irish potatoes, but you take your potatoes, put them in the boiling water, but you add a full cup of salt to the water, and then you just cook your potatoes and you let them get to the doneness that you want. You're not going to let them get to a point where they're mashable or anything, but then you pull them out, and the potatoes basically look white from all the salt that's on the outside, and that's just how you're supposed to eat them. You really, nobody says, "Oh, add butter or sour cream," nothing like that. Just eat it like that, and they're supposed to be incredible.
Now, everybody's still out there talking about Waffle House. Now, is it customary to go to Waffle House before getting on a Carnival cruise?
Denny says 350 degrees for an hour. We used to wash, roll in oil, salt, wrap in foil, bake a sheet pan, fold, and put in the warmer. You know how many you sell per hour and bake accordingly. Okay. There's
I don't know if you guys saw the video clip that was going around of the brawl on a Carnival cruise because they ran out of chicken nuggets or some nonsense. It's like crazy.
I was going to ask, if you went to a Waffle House before you got on a Carnival cruise, is that because you married your sister? But after hearing the brawl about chicken nuggets, I feel even more confirmation in what I was going to ask.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Calamity Jean says it makes the skin more crisp on the tater. George Cortez says Popeye's biscuits are great. Love the Popeye's honey for the biscuits. Let's see. Scott Naring says around here you go to Waffle House for the zombie show. Abigail says KFC biscuit with honey and hot sauce coated chicken strips. Best combo ever. Yeah, don't get those mixed up and put your hot sauce on your biscuit. Probably wouldn't. It might be all right. Never know.
One thing that I like about Roadhouse is back in the day, because they don't seem to do it anymore, but you get their baked potato and they had really large chunks of salt on the outside of the skin.
Mr. Bob says there was an article in the local newspaper, remember those, about a restaurant closing. The slant on the story was about the mentally handicapped guy who prepped the bakers every day. And where he was going to work. Okay, that makes sense. Justin Grimm says, shit, the carnival is at Waffle House. Okay. Sloppy Second says we have a local catering truck that sells baked potatoes with all kinds of toppings. Scott Naring says there's so many homeless around here and they're all on fentanyl. Denny says, yes, huge brawl at 2 a.m. on a Carnival cruise over the chicken strips on the buffet.
Oh, okay. That's not as white trash as I thought. Chicken strips, I can kind of understand. That's a good morsel of chicken you're talking about. But I was gonna say just chicken nuggets. Like, come on, folks. That's just ground up byproduct, please. But chicken strips, I might be able to understand, especially at 2 a.m. They're probably a little tipsy, getting hungry. They need to sober up a little bit. Then they're like, where the fuck all the chicken strips go? And they got punchy. Like, it happens. Oh, was anybody prosecuted in that, or were they in the international waters? Because that is the time to do it.
They're probably international waters.
Oh my gosh. Friggin' geniuses. Geniuses.
By brawl, it's more along the lines of riot status. I mean, it was a huge fight. It wasn't.
That's what I'm saying.
People. I mean, they were fighting all over the place. It was crazy.
Like I said, geniuses, because now they get to partake in something like that, catch no charges. Although you got to be careful because play around, win super prizes, because they could have just as easily been in waters for a much less forgiving country and been really friggin' screwed at that point. But made in the international waters. Congratulations, folks. I'm not sure that was so accidental. I'm proud of them.
They were all banned.
Losers. It would be worth it.
Well, I think.
Yeah, like Denny said, the security on the ship basically did nothing to stop them.
I think it's time. I think it's time for this.
Lizard Larry's got something for you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you. Large prostate won't slow him down, chasing grandmas all over town. Got a sidekick named George the Cat. Lizard Larry's got something for you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you, Lizard Larry. Gonna give it to you.
All right. That music means it's time for the Fowl Territory prize giveaway, sponsored by the good folks at Aegis Gun Care. All right. So let's see what we've got for everybody tonight. We have the Gizzard Gary channel sticker, as big as my head. We also have the Fowl Territory thumbnail sticker. We have this sticker from Live Free Armory, True American Manufacturing. And we have this new sticker from Excess Sights. Ooh, it's a dinosaur. All right. And from DM Foss, we have the famous Hell No Kitty sticker. And then the Haterade Thirst Destroyer with the likeness of Obnoxious One on the label.
What?
Yeah. Then we have the Sarge and In Charge sticker, also courtesy of DM Foss. The Snobby's Dairy, straight from the bull. And then,
Is that the first time Rich has seen that one?
Yes, that's the first time I've seen that one.
then the Gizzard Gary sticker. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of new stuff. See, it's even got my logo on a tie. Isn't that cool? Yeah. And of course, let's not forget Papa Smurf. We still have one or two of those, so we'll get those in there. We have a sticker here from Ron Wayne channel. Also, we have a sticker from Stroop Knives. And one of the last rooster stickers from Squibload that came from Hawaii. He gave me quite a few of those. From Hawaii. And then we've got some patches for you. We have this Walther patch. And then this is from Gun Owners of America. It says, a right delayed is a right denied. National Firearms Act, no compromise. And then this patch from Magneto Speed, Tools for the Modern Marksman. Okay, and the winner is also going to receive the Gizzard Gary channel pin. You can pin it to your hat, pin it to your shirt or your jean jacket or even your cat. But I don't think I would do that. Cat might not like you once you do that. And since it is getting close to Labor Day weekend, I know you're going to have people over, or you may go over to a relative's house and everybody's going to have drinks and you don't want to put them on the furniture. Well, what do? Well, if you win this giveaway, I got you covered because you're going to get a complete set of coasters from EAA. What's a complete set? Well, 7, of course.
What?
7 is a perfect number for a party. Everybody knows this. So, yeah. And tonight's winner is going to receive from our sponsor, Aegis Gun Care. They're going to receive the cleaner and lubricant combo kit. So you're going to get a full-size bottle of the Aegis cleaner and a full-size bottle of the Aegis lubricant. I'm just getting my hat crookeder. It's kind of hard to tell when you're looking you're looking at yourself on a screen, which direction's which, you know. It's like the mirror's backwards. But I'll get it. Don't you worry. So anyway, how do we know who's going to win this? Well, our nice Streamlabs bot is going to make this decision for us. So let's go look. We have 26 people entered in the giveaway.
Wow. You're telling me I've got a 1 in 4 chance to win?
Maybe.
Wow.
Mr. Bob says it's 8 coasters if you slip a folded paper towel or napkin inside the cellophane wrap. That's true. So I am going to go ahead and close the entries for this giveaway. So Rich White, since you've been gone a while, tell me when I can click the button to pick the winner.
Give it a half hour. Make them sweat.
I'll be off the air by then, probably.
Do it now, then.
Okay, so the winner of tonight's drawing is Alex Parlin. So, Alex Parlin, are you in the chat, sir?
I think that's code for Associated Press.
Alex Parlin. Type something out there in the chat so I know you're here. He is here.
There.
All right, awesome. So if you would send me an email, send that to winner@gizzardgary.com. I need your name and your mailing address, and I will get that stuff to you. Congratulations. Cool. That's somebody, I don't know if Alex has ever won. I'm thinking he has, but I'm not sure. No, I don't have my spreadsheet up, so I don't know. Sandra Vagina is out there, says, my name is pronounced Alex Parlin. Boy, you just can't tell with these names anymore, I tell you what.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
Must be Slavic.
It's Slavic, yeah, or Polish. Yeah,
Well,
there's a
that would
bunch
be.
of extra letters there that you don't pronounce for sure.
Uh-huh.
All right, so let's go ahead and transition. I hate to use that word, but that's what we're
That's
doing.
what
here.
Sandra did.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to go to our next segment, the second favorite portion of the show, and that is Show Us Your Gorn. So if you have something you want us to show on the screen, send it to gorn@gizzardgary.com. That is GORN@gizzardgary.com. And if you're going to send us anything, please, A, make sure it's suitable to be put on the screen, and B, include your channel name in the email so I'll know who sent it and I won't have to guess based on the email address. Denny's Plant-Based Journey says, all right, folks, got to go. The CEO is here tomorrow, and I need to get up there extra early in the morning. Night, folks. Good night, Denny. See ya.
Night.
Doggone right. So do I have... I don't know what I'm doing here. Oh, I already did that. Okay. I do believe I have some corn. In fact, I know I do. I saw this one earlier. But hold on just a minute. This was kind of funny. So maybe that's the new Cracker Barrel logo? The Hunter Biden version?
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Bob Dobalina says his name is actually pronounced Throat Warbler Yacht, but I never push the issue. Wow. So that was from 223DMR, by the way. Sent that in. Thank you. That's pretty good. I think I saw that on Johnny B's show earlier. He had a bunch of them. So, okay, this is from Mark Martin. Not the
The race car
NASCAR.
company?
Is it a free sample of Viagra?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I shouldn't have said his name. I'm not going to tell you who it is now. I gave you a street name. But since
He's one of the greatest race car drivers ever to live.
it's not
one
that
of the
guy.
movie.
It's not
But
that.
it's not a bad thing.
Yeah, he's probably the best NASCAR driver to have never won the NASCAR Cup.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you just have to guess who this is. But anyway, this is my bad, and I'll never tell. But this is a 300 PRC D&T Optics, the 1 MDT Oryx chassis.
It's a lot of letters.
It's a lot of letters. To be fair, he did not put his channel name in the email, but I should have known who it was, so it's my bad. But he did not put his channel name in the email. So anyway.
Oh, he knows the rules.
Mm-hmm.
My bad. I'll be careful next time. But you don't know who it was anyway, so that's fine. As far as you know, it's a NASCAR driver.
It's great to know that you've got one of the greatest NASCAR drivers ever watching
Right.
you.
I know, right? He
let's go
watches
number
this
6.
show.
I think Bama Dad just outed himself.
If
we
he
can
outed
get him on the
himself, then
camera.
that's up to him. Yeah.
He said, "Oh heck, he doesn't care."
Okay, so we got some more here. All right, this is from Justin Graham. That is the Duck Commander version of Cracker Barrel song. I like it. And he's got more. He didn't just send one. So I like this one a lot. I think you will too. Okay. Okay, Waffle House. We throw hands. What does that say in the middle?
Something about bacon.
I'll make that a little bigger so I can see. Loader. Boy. Oh, Ludwig von Bacon, I believe it says.
Ludwig
von Bacon.
Bacon Street.
LVBart.com. Okay. That might have
Interesting.
been who drew that. I don't know. Anyway, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool.
The Pure drew that.
Okay. Now here's a doggone good picture for you here. You'll see what I mean. It's a doggone good picture.
Will I?
Yes, you will.
Oh, okay, cool.
That is from Agorizer. My only best celebrity pick from goals. Which one's a celebrity?
I think the dog.
That Doug the Pug? Yeah. All right. That is a celebrity, all right. That's for darn sure. I've petted that dog a few times.
He's a good little boy.
He's a good boy. Okay, so this is from Ron 2A Matters. If I can get it on the screen here. And this is my new everyday carry, Taurus GX2.
And a Ron Wayne knife.
And a Ron Wayne knife.
Wow.
And it looks like a Bic lighter doubling as a gun stand.
Mm-hmm.
That works. Okay, so. Okay, now it's time for Jacob S. He hasn't sent a picture in a while.
Is it a tank?
What? No, it's not a tank.
It's a rat rod.
He said, saw this at the Frog Follies this weekend. Doesn't look like a frog.
That's a cheap rat rod.
It's interesting. I hear Cat wants to be part of the show.
Yeah.
It's not that kind of bird.
Another one from Jacob here. Only got to click about 15 things to get something to go on the screen. Anyway, he says, need some piston heads?
That's definitely different.
That is definitely different.
I don't need any urine in my head. Okay, zombie?
Zombie.
Goose? Hillbilly?
Mm-hmm. So what?
A while back.
Oh.
Yeah, a long time ago. Where you been?
I was wondering why it was so quiet while we're talking about baked potatoes and stuff.
I was going to say, are you blind? But that would be inappropriate, probably.
That would be totally appropriate. What are you talking about? Honestly, it's encouraged.
All right, now I kind of like this one.
Jeez. That's, yeah.
Need a banana, Jacob says. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's actually pretty cool. Pretty damn clever, if you ask me. I like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if that wins the interwebs for tonight or not, but it's in contention.
It's a decoration and a wet floor sign.
Well, nothing shows the floor slippery like something that looks like a banana peel.
Yeah. I mean, if you step on it, are you still going to fall?
You might.
Maybe.
Of course, the little picture inside the caution sign is never, it's not anybody that's actually falling there at a 45-degree angle. It's like they're Michael Jackson doing his dance, or something like that, where he leans 45 degrees over.
The picture inside the caution sign should say O'Doyle rules. If you don't understand that reference, you need to go watch Billy Madison.
Do we have to?
I think I just made Sandra vomit in her mouth a little bit.
Looks kind of like a guy on a treadmill.
And there is a banana peel on this.
I guess. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
That's just an unsafe gym.
I love how they've got it written in 15 different languages on the side what that means. It's like, I'm sorry, but if you're in America walking around, you see one of those things and you still haven't figured out what to do because you can't read the sign, then you probably need to spend some time in the hospital. That's not very nice. TJ Fishing, he says, looks like a Hot Wheels car. Jacob S. says, you can get those cones on Amazon for 42 smackers. Justin Grimm says he's moonwalking.
On Sunshine. Oh.
It's starting to feel good.
I don't know if it feels good. You have to ask him.
Okay. Bama Dad says, I was eating breakfast in Alpharetta, Georgia when Kid Rock knocked a guy out for being nasty to a waitress. That was hilarious. Two drunks throwing down. I miss all the fun stuff.
I feel like I've heard him talk about that story in a podcast or something.
Bama Dad or Kid Rock?
Kid Rock.
Oh, okay. I never heard Bama Dad in a podcast, although he could be in one.
Out of curiosity, Bama Dad, like after Kid Rock kind of had that throwdown, did a bunch of his buddies jump in? In the story that I heard Kid Rock talking about, it was a similar situation, but Kid Rock openly admits like he's not the world's greatest fighter. So like he gave it his best shot with this guy, but then his buddies knew like, oh, this guy is gonna whoop him. So after Kid Rock kind of gave it his best shot, real quick, all of his like security force like that just jumped in and destroyed the guy.
So Bama Dad said, I wanted an autograph, but the cops wouldn't take the cuffs off. Damn it. I'll bet they got his autograph later. He says, I got out before the cops got there. Well, dang. There's an opportunity wasted.
I think I'd have stuck around, just sat there, been like, I'm a great witness. Mr. Rock, here's my phone number. Give it to your lawyer. I saw everything.
So what else is going on? Anything? Guess not.
I don't think.
I guess whatever Rich had is cleared up. He's back.
It's amazing how well Vagisil works.
I know. Don't ask. Got another picture from, oh, God.
If he supported us and would watch our shows in replay.
Yeah, Jacob sent an email, but it's got 4 pictures. Bama Dad says what he doesn't tell is the guy grabbed the woman's breast and stuck his hand up her skirt. Oh, wow.
Like I said, this might have been a different incident.
That's inappropriate for sure. Okay. Okay, so Jacob sent a few pictures here for us. Might be easier if I just showed his email. Yeah, because you're not going to be able to see anything on there. So let's just do that. Where is it? Is this it? Yeah. See if this will work. Maybe. There we go. Okay. So let me get the email. This is from Jacob. Saw Nova up for grabs in the area for the swap meet at the show. No listed price, it says. Whoops. Come back here, email.
Yeah, if you got to ask, you probably can't afford it.
No, that's when you go up and play the Price is Right and go $1. When they look at you like, "Are you serious?" and say, "Well, are you serious? You want to sell it, but you don't tell a price? Get out of here."
There's a picture of the engine.
Yeah.
454.
Ooh.
In a Nova? Oh, that thing is going to fly down the road. Holy hell.
Yeah.
You bend the frame.
Okay, there's the inside.
Speaking of 454s, there's a guy out there in Nebraska with a twin brother that just did a little video about a 454 they were checking out. I believe his name's Pat in a Bucket. Nah, I'm joking. That's his brother Joe.
That's a nice looking Nova. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. All right. So Scott says, "Hey Gizzard, do you go to any of the things like GunCon or the interracial or goals?" What's the interracial?
I have
Maybe he
no
meant
idea.
NRAM.
I think he meant to say something else, or goals. I was going to go to goals this year. I didn't make it. Oh, I bet he said NRA show and it changed it to interracial.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
That had to have been what it was.
Yeah.
I didn't go to NRA this year. I had in the past, but see, GunCon. I've never been to GunCon. Goals, yes.
Yes, bend the goals.
I was going to go to goals this year, but it didn't quite work out, but I intended to. NRA
Yeah.
was too far away this year. I didn't want to go to Houston.
Rich, this question isn't about you. It's about Gary. If you want questions about you, you need to start showing up every week.
Oh, hush.
Vulcan Rumble, he says, "Notice you can see the ground beneath the engine, pure and simple." Jacob S., how much should I offer this guy for that Nova?
$1.
If there's no price on it, you start low, he'll start high, you'll meet in the middle. You can't start much lower than $1.
Sandra says, "I wouldn't mind getting invited to an interracial. Love those ladies." And you should love everybody. Sure. No reason not to. Anyway, it might be time to start wrapping this up. What do you think?
No, you're at the never mind. Not even.
That one was too much even for me.
Take the high road.
Mhm.
Take the high road. It's always best to take the high road whenever you get a chance. Anyway, we're going to go our last segment here called What Did You Learn? We're going to ask our panelists what they learned, and then we're going to give them a chance to plug whatever they got going on. So, Rich White, what did you learn?
That Jacob likes to go to a lot of car shows. Mm-hmm.
I do think he likes to go to car shows.
Yes.
I totally agree. Which that's cool. I mean, nothing wrong with car shows.
Nope.
Okay. So what do you got going on? You gonna start doing YouTube and stuff again?
I was hoping to be able to do the show last night. But I had a splitting headache and my eye was killing me, so it just wasn't going to happen. Hopefully.
You made some remark in the pre-chat about I have to be able to see to do a show. I said, bullshit you do.
No.
I know a guy who does a show.
Yeah, I said it helps if I don't have a splitting headache, and you said because of having to have eye surgery, and you're like, I know a guy who can't see you to the show. We can like, yeah, but that doesn't give you a splitting headache.
I mean, I'm just gonna say I actually went live from in a hospital bed after having brain surgery.
I think he's got you there, Rich. You might want to just yield.
That was early on. Early on.
But you're going to do a show this next week, Rich?
Hopefully.
Doubtful.
You heard it here. All righty. Well, thanks for being here. Glad you're back. All that stuff. Guns and Barbecue. What'd you learn?
I have learned that while we mock Rich for his metaphorical sandy giner, that some people out there actually do have sandy giners. And the presence of me makes them sandier, and I love it.
God.
No.
Wow.
Boomstick has a good one.
What have you got coming up?
Again, somehow I let you guys rope me into doing live chats again, so we're doing that on Thursday. We might do a Where the Hell Was Rich White bracket on Thursday, since we did the Where the Hell Is Rich White bracket on last Thursday. That's pretty good. We'll see if we get the same response. I don't know. Other than that, I've got rodeo photos to finish editing. Those had to be put on the back burner for the last day or so, as I did a senior photo shoot yesterday, which turned out pretty sweet so far. So I got a lot of stuff to do in the Lightroom. So that's what I've got coming up. So thanks for the invite.
Yeah, you bet. And after I found out the background on that, you hadn't really planned on doing that. So that was kind of an impromptu senior photo shoot that, see, you just got pressured into doing your best. You did well.
I wasn't really pressured into it or anything. It was just a deal where somebody had given me a big hand, and after riding back from States for wrestling, her father and I were shooting the shit, and he wasn't even asking me to do the photos or anything. He just like, hey, our daughter that needs senior photos done. Do you know a good photographer that could do them? And I was like, I've done senior photos before, not knowing anything that she wanted or anything like that. And I told him, I was like, I'll do them for nothing. It's the least I could do. You got me and Whopper Jr. down here for States. I mean, it was the father of another wrestler on our team that was going to States anyways, but not the point. Like they didn't have to make the extra room in their vehicle and all that. So I was like, I'll gladly do it for nothing. Like it's the least I could do. Like he won't even let me give you gas money. So he's like, let me talk to the wife, see what she thinks. He's like, I know she loves your sports photos. So And they were like, later on, like a month later, they're like, abso-freaking-lutely. And when I heard the ideas that she had, I was like, oh, beach photos. Like I'm going to have to start learning some extra stuff here, because beach photos are so hard to pull off with just natural light. They're just kind of boring otherwise, but adding in a off-camera flash and getting something really dynamic, that it can really change the whole thing. And like I put in that post, you know, in Happy Gilmore, he makes the bet with Shooter McGavin, you know, the house for his career, and his girlfriend comes up, she's like, oh, that was great, I know you're gonna kick his ass. And he just starts walking away, and she's like, where are you going? And he's like, I gotta go learn to play golf. And after that moment at the pig roast for wrestling, when they told me all the ideas and stuff, that's the way I felt, except I was walking away going, I gotta go learn to be a photographer.
Real quick, Jacob says, I zoomed in on a green flyer in the window, and he has 32,500 or best offer marked at the bottom. Is that a good value or too high? I have no idea.
I've seen them go higher.
For a Nova, I mean, I didn't see the photo, but depending on what's done to that 454, things like that, it very well could be.
71 Nova. Okay.
Yeah, I've seen them go higher, like on Barrett Jackson's car auctions and stuff. So
Scott Naring says not a bad price. Okay.
No.
This isn't Barrett Jackson. If it was Barrett Jackson worthy, he would not be selling it at the local car show.
You'd be surprised.
Come on, Chris.
Yeah, you'd be surprised. I've seen people sell cars at car shows like that where they could have gotten more for them at the auction, but they don't have to pay the auction fees and whatnot. So it's that.
Alrighty. Anyway, I think we're about at the end of this. We're about an hour and 30 minutes in, so we're getting right at it anyway. So anyway, I'd like to thank everybody for being part of the show, whether you watched on YouTube, Facebook, X.com, or Twitch, or you watch on replay. We're glad to have you. I'd like to thank my panel for a great show. Also, everybody out there in the chat for your contributions. And congratulations to Alex Parlin on the win in the swag giveaway. And
Yes, congratulations.
A special thanks to all of my channel members out there who help keep us going and help me do what I do. So I appreciate you, all 45 of you. Speaking of channel members, Wednesday night is a members only chat where we'll give away one of the knives I've reviewed over the past year. And that is at 8:30 p.m. Central Wednesday nights, right here on the Gizzard Gary channel for you channel members only. So if you're not a channel member, you can join in. It's 99 cents a month is minimum, I believe, to be a channel member. It's pretty decent money. So anyway, and then we'll be back next week is Labor Day. Is that right? Next Monday?
So. I believe so.
I am at this time planning on having a show on Labor Day evening. Next Monday at 9 p.m. So if that changes, I'll let you know in my community tab. But right now, count on Fowl Territory next week. And anyway, that's all I got. So thanks for being here. I want to remind everybody that if anyone tries to infringe on your right to keep and bear arms, give them the bird. This is Gizzard Gary. I'm going to invite my panelists to tell everybody good night before we get out of here.
Good night before we get out of here.
Get out there. Kiss some babies, sign some tits. Live the American dream. I'm proud of you. Good night.
Good night, Sandra.